trips through Manitoba looking for places, looking for beautiful pictures, places to take pictures. I also do a lot of cycling. I used to cycle 18 kilometers daily to and from work. And then I combine that with jogging. I call it jogging, they call it running, I call it jogging because my speed is not running. But I used to jog 5 kilometers 3 days a week. And every second weekend I used to double or triple that distance. So I used to run 15, 16 kilometers on a daily basis. Or on a weekend, sorry, not on a daily basis. So I was pretty fit. I was around 200 pounds. I was 3 sizes smaller in pants. And then disaster hit, or I call it the mini disaster. I was running, I also ran marathons too. I did 6 half marathons in my time. What happened after one of my last marathons is I ended up with a breakdown in the foot, skin breakdown. And how they heal that is they put it in a cast. And fortunately, when I came out of the cast, my foot was weak and it broke. Through a whole series of events, I walked on a broken foot. And 6 weeks later, after they finally sent me for x-rays, they found out that I shattered 3 of the 5 metatarsal bones in my foot. Those are the connective bones of your toes. And all my toes were broken, and my ankle had shifted. So for a year, I walked on a broken foot. They tried to heal it. They put me in a boot, did everything. I was miserable. I was an unhappy person. I was angry. I was frustrated all the time. I saw no future. I was with somebody that had small children, and I couldn't do any activities. I couldn't do the activities I love. I couldn't walk very far because I was in constant pain. I was taking 9 nerve pills a day, plus 12 extra strength Tylenol. That was just to get through my day, and I was lucky if I slept more than 3 hours a night because of that. So I was in a dark place. And then it was March of 2013, I slipped. And I heard something go in my foot. And by the time I got in to see the specialist, they took x-rays. I didn't see the x-rays, but my partner at the time saw them. And she came into the room, and it was very grim. I knew at that point in time, I was losing my leg. I was losing the foot and ankle. I lost it up to the bottom of my calf. Warning, it gets graphic if it works. I cleaned up the image. This isn't my leg, this is somebody else's leg. But this was my reality, May 16th, 2013. That's what I had to deal with. That's called a transtibial amputation. It's below knee. So, similar to what mine, this is almost similar exactly to what mine is. So imagine yourself, I think the first night of the hospital, I was kind of out of it anyway. Imagine the second day, you're laying in bed and you're finally alert enough to know what's going on. Imagine you're laying in bed and you're looking down, you're covered up with a blanket and everything else, and you look down. You look at your left foot and you see the foot sticking out. You go down your right side and what you see is nothing. It gets to a certain point and the blanket drops. It's smooth. Okay, you can deal with that. You can handle that. You have to learn to cope. And that day they had to do a dressing change. Now it looked a lot worse than that. I'll tell you that right now. So my partner was in the room at the time. They took the dressing off. I'm trying to stay calm, cool, collected. And then they took the dressings off. And I had to look at what I was dealing with, my reality, what was happening for me. And I held it together. And after my partner left and I was alone in my room, I actually broke down and cried because I felt like nothing would be the same. It would be, wouldn't have the quality of life. I started feeling down on myself. I felt like I was less than a mannequin because after all, I'm missing a leg. Who wants to be with a man that's lost his leg? No, I didn't. When I say I know about resilience, these are things that I've learned on my own. I didn't realize I was practicing and doing that until actually I sat down and started writing the book that I'm writing. We're still a ways from having that published. But I had to learn how to cope with that change, and I had to deal with the adversity of struggling to recover, to get back to what I was, to who I was prior to that.